Hey, we just had a crisis with the video. This is the second time I'm doing this. Alright, so I've got where we are now. I've made a first dozen, and we've almost got this pan filled up. So what you missed on the video that we messed up was how to make these little balls. So I keep a bowl of oil near my work surface because your right hand or left, whatever handed you are, has to stay pretty oily. And then I put some oil on the piece of dough that I ripped off of the big bowl of dough. Oh, and by the way, when your dough rises, it'll be twice the size. It'll double in size, and when it doubles, it'll be all poofy, and you just punch it down with your fist, and it just goes down. And then whatever you're going to do with it, that's when you do it. If it's going to be hot rolls, pepperoni rolls, cinnamon rolls, whatever. So after you get the dough in whatever you want, then it has to rise again, okay? So we want little dough balls like this. So I always keep my finger and my forefinger, or whatever the finger, index finger and thumb crook oily. Put a little oil on your work surface. Under here is some oil. And you're going to squeeze the dough between your finger and thumb and get a ball off of there. See that? If you're going to make hot rolls, it's about the size I use for hot rolls, maybe a little bit bigger. You can either put them in a muffin pan or a 9x13, or, if you're going to make a lot on a cookie sheet or something. If you're going to make clover leaf, you want little tiny balls, 3 little tiny balls, and you, of course, grease your muffin tin, and then you put them in there like that, and then they raise up. Alright, so when I make clover leaf rolls, I always make 1 4-leaf clover for Maximilian, and then he has to find it. It's just a little game we play. He also likes to make colored rolls sometimes, and if you're going to make colored rolls and be special, you put the food coloring in at the water point, alright, and then your hands are going to get whatever color that is. Alright, so I've already got this one patted out, and I'll show you how to do that because we've already messed up. So you just take the corner and you start rolling. And about halfway there, you tuck in each side. And then you keep rolling. And then you pinch the edge together. It doesn't have to be pretty because nobody cares. And then that's your roll. Alright, so you take a roll. Make sure your little area is not sopping oily, but, not sticking. So you put your roll down. I take the palm of my hand and kind of go around, and then I kind of push it out like a little baby pizza. And put on your pepperoni, however much you want, but, the bigger the better. I'm already sweating. This oven's hot in here. And roll it, pinch it, and there you go. Alright, so I'm going to go up the center of this pan because I have more pepperoni. So make sure it's oily, put your ball down, palm of your hand, fingers, push it out, little pizza. If you're going to put cheese in your pepperoni rolls, which I don't do very often because it's a pain in the ass, you put your shredded cheese down first. I learned this the hard way. Then you put your pepperoni on top of it, and then you press it down. Alright, so since I don't have enough pepperoni to do a whole nother roll, this one is going to be like the Big Daddy. Alright, so we're going to start at the end. We're going to roll it up. We're going to tuck, pinch it together. So Lori Pierce, if you have a problem doing this, give me a call. Message me on Facebook. I'll give you my number because I want you to be successful. So here we go. We got that. And then I take the pans and put them back on the oven. It's still at 350. So we're going to wait until these raise double the size. So I know I make huge, like, little loaves. But, you know, it is what it is. So in the other video, I was saying that the history of pepperoni rolls started in West Virginia, in Fairmont. The first pepperoni roll ever sold was in a store up there. It merged in with immigrants of Italy, and they made sausage rolls. So you put sausage in there. You can put ham and cheese in there. You can put whatever you want in there. But pepperoni rolls started in West Virginia. And they began to be a coal miner's lunch because they didn't have to be refrigerated. They could take them down in the mines, not worry about it, and, you know, have a yummy dinner. Also, a little point of interest if you're ever in that area, I think it's Parkersburg, they're kind of close, is Blennerhassett Island. It's an island in the middle of the Ohio River. It used to be, you know, Ohio used to have control of it, and the Native Americans originally had control of it. Then Ohio, and then at that time the Blennerhassetts bought the island. They built this huge mansion on it. Well, then Mr. Blennerhassett got into, what do you call it when you're trying to overthrow the government? Anyway, with Aaron Burr. This was back like around 1800. So they got busted. The government took the island and the mansion. Well, obviously he went to the Goals or the vault or prison or something. And his wife took the children and moved into West Virginia somewhere. But now it's a museum. I haven't been there, which is a shame. It's a museum. They also have it's a state park, West Virginia State Park. And there's some kind of like float down the river thing, tubes and rafts and stuff, canoes and paddleboards. So if you're in that area, which is up Interstate 77, north of Charleston, I would suggest you go there, and I suggest that the Hartwells go there too. If we do, I'll take a video and some pictures. So have fun with your pepperoni rolls.